Yo, so I was watching SBS News. I don't know why I keep watching these things. And there's this guy, and he's very eloquent. He's a Muslim dude, cool with him, whatever. But I find it funny. He's talking about the way forward in Israel is the two-state solution. Talking about ensuring peace in the region, because Saudi Arabia has been so concerned with peace. Like, first of all, people are flipping their crap because they're accusing Israel of committing genocide. Um, when Saudi Arabia's a little bit literally been doing genocide in Yemen for years. Do these people you can't make this stuff up. You got China saying that Israel's committing humanitarian violations, and you got Saudi Arabia who's in the midst of nobody's taking to the streets about Yemen. Notice how it's all about Gaza and Israel. Once Israel does something, it's a big deal. Saudi Arabia, who cares? Who cares? Big deal. Muslims been killing each other since the dawn of time. Uh, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It blows my mind. Um, you know, my my assertion here, and I'm just saying, maybe you're a viewer who isn't sure which side you're on. One is don't pick a side. Don't pick a side. Don't even get involved. Stay away from it. But notice all the BS that just comes just siphoning out. It's almost like there's an agenda against Israel. I'm not like pro-Israel, but I'm noticing that it's like they're really, any other country could do anything and no one's going to talk crap. No one's going to take to the streets. There's not going to be all this social justice warriors. Oh, poor us, victim mentality. No one's going to do that for Yemen or China, the Uyghur Muslims in China, or the Christians in China, or anybody of any faith in China. No one's going to do that. But when it's the Gazans, and understand, like, hey, I got a Gazan friend. I helped raise money for her to help her get her out of get her out of Palestine. I don't want to see Palestinians get hurt. But when a terror organization that you elected into office flies over the mountain range and begins to shoot people and take hostages, I think you're kind of asking for an intervention, a military intervention. I'm just real, there's arguments. Israel's done some messed up stuff. They used white phosphorus at one point. Not, I don't think in this particular case, but in cases before, they went in and committed a bunch of. There's like a whole report written by Israeli soldiers who went in when they essentially demolished a whole bunch of the city and just pushed the city away from the wall. And they were like, yeah, we did some messed up crap in there. But it's just like, notice how the whole world is just kind of lining up this footage against them. And Hamas's strategy is really clever because you build your HQs and hospitals and schools, your tunnels, you shoot from crowded areas, get people killed, and then you can just play the victim card. Oh, look how terrible they are. And the world buys that. They eat that crap up. They're like, oh, social justice. Like, especially Americans. The West is one thing. American kids love it. They eat it up. They don't even realize they're being directed right into something that they have no idea what they're talking about. They're just thinking about it the way they were told to think about it. They hadn't studied the history of Israel and come to a conclusion, maybe Israel sucks. No, they were told to think that, and that's why they think it. So, this is a terrible hot take, by the way. But I'm just pointing it out. This guy, he sounds great. He sounds smart. Sounds like he wants what's right. But I'll tell you this. When I was in university, there's a model UN club. And I remember, professor was pretty smart, Dr. Kong. He explained to us that whenever you make I think me and this girl named Laura, we represented Georgia. And then the other kids, they represented another country. It wasn't a very big club, but whenever you did a proposition for a country, Really, what you were seeking was your own interest, but you had to make it sound good for the rest of the world. That's how you had to propose it. You don't, because no one's going to vote for something that you're just us, us, us. It's got to be for the. In fact, he says it. The international community has a consensus. Okay, that's interesting. Because the international community is doing so good at managing all these other wars, like Ukraine. We're like flirting with nuclear war, and they're like, "Yeah, the international community seems to be doing a great job." Maybe the international community needs to shut the hell up and stay out of other people's business. You know. In fact, I think it might be the international community's fault that Ukraine is even happening, because we literally signed a deal with Russia saying we wouldn't move NATO onto their border. And what did we do? That was back before we were past Poland. Now we're all the way up to Ukraine? Sounds like somebody broke a deal. I don't know. I just love this stuff. It's entertaining. Why wouldn't you love it? You get front row. It's like George Carlin says, which I don't agree with his ideas on God, but he says you get front row seats to the freak show, and you just enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts, baby. That's what I'm saying. All right. It's a terrible video. I love you all. God bless.